I wasn't going to film today, and I really hate that I didn't film what I just did, but I decided to go ahead and film this anyway. I'm going to make myself a chicken sandwich, kind of like Popeye's chicken sandwich, but I don't have a bun. All I have is sourdough bread, but I'm going to go ahead and make the chicken sandwich and show y'all how y'all can actually do it at home. But the first step is to, of course, clean your chicken. I just finished washing my chicken, and what I do is I soak my chicken in vinegar for a few minutes, and then I rinse it off. And of course, I've cleaned off all my surfaces, so y'all calm down with the washing police. Calm down. I've already cleaned up all my surfaces, but what I wanted to show you in this video was that once you wash your chicken, you need to get some paper towels and dry that chicken as dry as possible, because wet meat does not brown or fry up really good. So you want to make sure your meat is dry before you start putting the seasoning on it. So what I do is, after I wash the chicken, I wring it out. I actually take the chicken with my hand and squeeze the water out of it, and then I take a paper towel and squeeze the water out of it with a paper towel for each piece. Now what I've done with these four pieces is, 3 of them I've taken the bones out. This one I left the bone in because I'm only gonna need 1 chicken thigh for this fried chicken sandwich that I'm gonna make for my meal today. So, but I want to season all my thighs now, so that when I want them later in the week, they're already seasoned. The seasoning has soaked in. So this is one of the things that a lot of people don't do. They don't, when they bring their meat home from the grocery store, they don't go ahead and season their meat. Even if you're just going to season it with salt or just salt and pepper, go ahead, clean it up, season it, store it in Ziploc bags or those cute little containers y'all like. Put it in the refrigerator, or if you're going to freeze it in Ziploc bags. And that will save you a lot of work, because when you're ready to eat that meat, it's already seasoned. But here's the good point with that. Once the seasoning has soaked into that meat and the salt has really done its work, because the salt is basically the thing that's giving the flavor and the tenderness to the meat, okay? So when you get home from frying meat, instead of just throwing it in the freezer, throwing it in the refrigerator, go ahead and clean it up, wash it up, dry it up with paper towels, season it up, and then store it in the refrigerator or the freezer. If you're storing it in the freezer, use Ziploc freezer bags. Okay? So I'm getting ready to season this meat now, and then I'm going to put 3 of them in a Ziploc bag and store them away, and I'm going to keep 1 of them out for the fried chicken sandwich that I'm about to make. So here's the chicken all seasoned up. And what I want to stress to you is that if all you have is salt and pepper, it is enough, y'all. It is enough. Salt and pepper will do the job. The salt will basically break down the cells of the chicken and season the chicken, and the pepper will add a peppery flavor. It is enough. You do not have to add a whole bunch of stuff when you're cooking, because when Mom and them were cooking, they didn't have a whole lot of spices like we have now. Well, they probably had those spices. We just couldn't afford all those spices. So salt and pepper was the key. But what I have on here is salt and pepper, and I always put cayenne pepper on everything that I eat, because I'm an old lady and I need good blood flow, and cayenne pepper is good for good blood flow. So I put cayenne pepper on everything, literally everything. Sometimes I even put it on my fruit. And that's how much I love cayenne pepper. So I've got salt, pepper, cayenne. And today I put a little bit of garlic powder on here, but you don't have to do that. So I don't want you fretting over that or running out to the store to make sure you have all of these spices and stuff that you may use 1 or 2 times. No, if you've got salt and pepper, you're a beginner cook, you got salt and pepper, it is enough. And really and truly, if you just got salt, that is enough. Okay? Trust me on that. Salt is the key. All right, let's get it done. As you can see, I decided to keep the biggest one. And this is what I did with the other 3. These are Ziploc freezer bags. I got them in here. I'm going to throw them in the refrigerator for now, because I might want to eat some chicken tomorrow. And then if not, I can just take this bag, make sure I got all the air out of it, and throw it in the freezer, because it's freezer bag ready, all right? And then when I want one, I can just open this bag and take that one out. That's why I like prepping not only my fruit and vegetables like I've shown y'all in other videos. I like prepping my meat too. Okay, let's get it done now. Let's get this chicken fried up. So typically when I fry chicken, I mix a buttermilk and hot sauce mixture and all of this is normally done the night before. I'm normally not doing this the day of. But I wanted to show you, just in case you needed to do that, you could do that. You just need to let it sit in this buttermilk for about 10-15 minutes or so. So we're gonna take our little one piece of chicken thigh and put it in there and make sure it's coated all over. And what I'll do is put plastic wrap on top of this and just let it sit here and soak on my counter for about 10 minutes. And then I'm gonna take it out and be ready to fry it. Now, the difference between the chicken that I'm getting ready to fry and the Popeyes chicken sandwich is that Popeyes use a chicken breast. This is a chicken thigh. And they also use a brioche bun with spicy mayo, which they call mayo aioli, which is basically spicy mayonnaise. And they use pickles. I'm not doing that. I'm going to use lettuce and tomatoes with mine, and mine is going to be on sourdough toast because that's what I got. So I want to encourage you, when you are trying to do like copycat type recipes that you see from a restaurant, if you don't have all of the same stuff that they have, that's okay, because the sandwich is going to taste just as good on the sourdough once I toast it and put it all together with the lettuce and tomatoes and the spicy mayo. It's going to be just as good, okay? We just not going to be on a brioche bun. I'm not going to have pickles on it. And you can modify it. So I can't call it a Popeyes fried chicken because it's really not doing the exact same thing that they do. But you get my point that you can fry your chicken and you can mimic what these restaurants are doing. You can make the exact same thing they're doing if you got all the ingredients. I don't, so I'm putting mine on toast. Okay. So here are my options for bread. I could take this one piece of sourdough and toast it and cut it in half and put the chicken sandwich on it. Or I could do these two and toast it. That piece of chicken is going to be pretty big once I flour it up. But I think I'm going to go with these two. So that's the kind of choices that you make when you're in your home kitchen and you're trying to figure out how to make something that's delicious, is good for you. You just make choices like this, and it's easy and it's simple. I'm going this route, baby. So I've already seasoned the flour, and basically when I season the flour, I just season it with salt, pepper, no cayenne, because I don't want the cayenne to burn when I fry it. And I got a little garlic powder in here. And then what you need to do is take your little finger and taste it. And make sure, that's good. That flour is delicious, because that's how your chicken is going to taste too. That's how the crust is going to taste. Make sure you taste this and you're seasoning this, okay? So now we're just going to take this chicken out of the buttermilk. Let it drip, 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 drip. And then we're going to coat this piece of chicken. And then we're going to let it sit on a rack for about 5 minutes. And then we're going to get the skillet ready to fry this piece. Just make sure you drain it and then toss it in here. And make sure it gets flour all over it. So I lay my chicken on a little rack and let that flour settle in it. And then I'm going to be ready to fry as soon as I take the toast out of the skillet. So normally if I was doing a big batch of chicken, I would have had it in a Ziploc bag or a brown paper bag and shaken up the flour and the chicken in that bag. Because I only had this one piece of chicken that's frying, I just put the flour on a plate. But I don't discard this flour. What I do is I wait for that oil to cool down, and instead of throwing that oil in the sink like a lot of people do, I mix that oil with this flour and then get it clumped up and then discard it in the trash. Don't pour oil down your sink, y'all. And I know people do it, and I know people do it, and they say that, well, I've never had a plumbing problem, but it's just not the right thing to do. So sometimes we just need to not do stuff because it's the right thing to do. So discard the oil properly. You can just let the oil cool off and pour it in the trash or whatever, but your trash bag may leak, which is why I mix it with used flour. Okay? Okay. I got me a little tomato cut up because I love tomato. That's a good one too. A little romaine. But y'all want some spicy mayonnaise? Try this Coleman mustard. It's spicy. I'm just going to put this and some mayonnaise on my sandwich. This stuff is so good. It's so good. It's just about ready. We're ready to take it out and put it on the rack and let it cool for a few seconds. And then we're going to plate up. So now it's out of the skillet. Let's let it chill right here and let's get our bread ready. I've got my mustard and my mayos on here, and I'm going to put the lettuce and tomatoes on here, and we're going to be ready to eat. There we go, y'all. Our chicken sandwich, ready to cut it and get down, baby. Let's eat, y'all. Look here, honest mistake when you're filming. I'm supposed to put the mustard and stuff on this side of the bread. I got my toasted side of the bread. But that happens, y'all. You just gotta keep rolling. Look at that chicken. Let's see how it tastes. Y'all, the chicken is crunchy and it's juicy. It's juicy from the buttermilk and what the salt does to the chicken. It's flavorful because of the pepper, the cayenne, and the garlic salt. It's crunchy because of the flour, and it is so good. Look at it. You can tell that it's juicy. It is so good. And maybe if y'all don't get y'all some Coleman's mustard, I don't know what to tell y'all about life. I just don't know. It's so flavorful, y'all. Golly. Oh, Lord Jesus, that's good. Look, I gotta get down. Man, that's good. I want to encourage y'all to do exactly what I did and use the ingredients you got at home. Let me put that down for a minute. Use those ingredients you got at home and make y'all some restaurant quality, like copycat food. You can do it at home, and I promise you, it's gonna taste better than any Popeyes, any Chick-fil-A, any of them places. It's gonna taste better because you control, yeah, you control what's in it. Remember, I use the chicken thigh because I don't really, breast's not my favorite thing. I use the chicken thigh, which is why I'm not calling it the Popeyes chicken sandwich, because Popeyes used the breast. But Lord have mercy, Jesus, the sandwich is delicious. Okay, that's all I got for y'all today. Y'all go out and make it a great day. Make sure you go up there and click on the right and watch my next video. I'm Val Taylor. I will see y'all on the next video. Bye now. I told y'all I was going to throw that grease away in that flour and discard it, but I decided to show y'all how I strain grease. It's just a little bit of oil, but you just get a strainer, put a paper towel in it and strain it, and that grease looks like it's brand new, doesn't it? And so you can keep that and use it for something else. Just put it in your little grease can. I have a grease can. I don't keep mine on the stove like Mama and them used to. I keep mine on my countertop. But I have an old Crisco can. Let me show you. Right here. That I put my grease in. And I'll just pour this in there and I'll use it for something else. So I was going to throw it away, but I wanted to show y'all that just in case you've never seen that. You just put a paper towel on a strainer and it'll collect all those little burnt bits from the frying and it'll strain that grease. And you can do that a couple of times until the grease turns rancid or until it turns a darker color. Once it turns a darker color, you got to get rid of it then. But you can fry in this again. See?